You know that story or the legend that we all believe in, on a joke level of the missing sock fairy, or the sock that's lost or missing, you can never find. We all experience and we all joke about the idea that there's a sock missing. There's a fairy that takes the sock. There's an interesting sideline to this that goes back to the times around. It's around from the Elizabethan age on to the Enlightenment. There was a form of apotropatic magic. This is to ward off the evil eye, where a single baby's or infant shoe was buried in the foundations or in the walls of a house. In fact, they are still finding them in some of the older buildings. You won't find many of them after 1700, but often they're connected or close or adjacent to what they called witch marks, which would be on the beams of the house or in the interior boards. They'd be like W's. The letter W is a common one, and also the letter M. This shows how deep magic was in society at one time. In fact, anything that's wooden and preserved from those times are often full of these what they call witch marks, or these ward off evils, like talisman type things. Henry VIII's flagship, the Mary Rose, when that went down and was dug up, not only were the beams of the ship covered in it, but also many things like a piece of clothing and anything that was found on the ship that was hauled up from the silt seemed to be covered in this sort of superstitious folklore of warding off the evil eye. Remember, we were talking at the time around John Dee as well. So that's an interesting sideline there, that the missing sock fairy, or the idea of a sock going missing. You wonder, is it related to this previous idea that was very common in Western Europe, particularly in the English-speaking countries, Britain, Ireland, Scotland, of burying an infant's shoe inside a building to ward off the evil eye.